How do you deal with overthinking, with racing thoughts? How do you go about fixing them? This is a question I've had for some time now. And honestly, it's left me more confused than ever. And I think I know why. I think it's probably because of because of the terminology that I use, and that's fix. I think using the word fix is where the problem begins. So going back for some context, as long as I can remember, I've, I've been an overthinker. I've been labeled an overthinker. I've been told that I think a lot. I have a huge imagination. I love to kind of live in my world, daydreaming. I think daydreaming deserves a whole video of its own. It's a whole different topic as well. But yeah, I think a lot. As I know that others around me that are close to me know that as well. And I don't know if this is just a me thing, but I've noticed especially when I'm having racing thoughts, or when I'm kind of a bit more tensed, or maybe I don't necessarily feel tense, but sometimes when there's a lot of thoughts going on, my head starts feeling really warm, like almost burning in a sense. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I think I've tried to explain that to a doctor before. I think they just told me it was normal. So maybe I haven't really kind of treated it with much importance. But that warm feeling doesn't exactly help with the fact that I want to stay calm when I'm facing those racing thoughts. When my head feels warm, I'm kind of panicking. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa! Why is my head feeling warm? Right? I've got to fix this. I've got to go back to normal. And again, the word fix. I don't like that word. Because thoughts are there. We're going to have thoughts. The thoughts aren't going to disappear. So why fight against them? Why struggle? And I want to actually use an example here. So this is going to be an interactive example. So I want you to play along with me. So I want you to not think about pizza. So I'll say that again. I want you to not think about pizza. Now, what's the first thing that you're thinking about? And if I had to guess, I assume that you're thinking about pizza. And I find that so funny. Like, the more we tell ourselves to stop doing something or try to resist something, the more our mind is attracted to that, the more we think about it. And I think that's the same thing with, you can apply that analogy, I've applied that analogy to my racing thoughts. Why fight against it? Why struggle? Why tell yourself to stop thinking? What I've decided to do is just observe them, notice them. I was part of this meditation session, and they mentioned observe your thoughts like clouds. And I found that so beautiful. It's such a simple way to put it. And I use that analogy. I've learned this analogy quite a few years ago. And I do it all the time. It's so helpful. So notice your thoughts, observe them. I do that when my head kind of feels warm, when I'm feeling physiologically like my thoughts are affecting me. I still tell myself to calm down. Sure, the warm head feeling doesn't help, but again, I just notice it, I observe it. And then I'm sure emotions come about as well. You feel angry, you feel scared, you feel nervous, you feel like that fear kicking in, right? It's like, why is this happening again? And again, observe, notice your emotions as well. It's okay to feel those emotions. And as much as this again, I'm telling you this, but this is more of me talking to myself right now. So just let these emotions these thoughts, well, first of all, these thoughts, and then the emotions that come afterwards as a result of those thoughts, just let them happen, observe them, notice them, like clouds. So that's that, and now let yourself react if you need to. Sometimes reacting, you don't need to react to these thoughts. If you feel like you do and you need just a medium to kind of let it all out, I find journaling a great way to do it. A great way to kind of reflect upon whatever you're thinking about. A great way to note it down in case you want to like look at it in the future. But then the next step is up to you, right? Do you want to react upon it? Do you not? What do you want to do to deal with this? Do you need to deal with it? For me, one thing that I want to do is I want to continue meditating, because it just helps me when I'm noticing my thoughts are kind of kicking in, when the racing thoughts are there. I face this when I'm sleeping, or when I'm trying to do deep work as well, when I'm trying to like study and I notice these thoughts kind of kicking in. It's such a useful skill to meditate, not to stop those thoughts. I think meditation is not for that purpose, but it's to kind of regulate your thoughts and kind of be in sync with them, or be okay with them. So meditation helps bring your attention back to your work, or whatever you're doing. And maybe a 30-day challenge would be nice. Maybe we'll see what I want to do with that. But that's my personal next step. I kind of want to practice more of that. So 2 things: 1, notice, observe thoughts, emotions that come as a result of those thoughts, and then determine if you want to do a next step. Whatever that next step may be. Maybe it'd be nothing. Maybe it'd be journaling. Maybe it'd be meditation, like me. Whatever that next step may be. Maybe it'd be talking with a professional, because I'm no professional. This is just me ranting on about my own experience with racing thoughts. Alright, so we're at almost 8 minutes now, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me for today's rant. And future me, if you're watching this, thank you for watching this.